going to talk about something that you know, you hear people talk about a lot, you know, in conversation. Generally talking about middle-aged men, and it's something we call midlife crisis. Now, the first thing you have to understand about midlife crisis is that to have what you have to have one, you have to sort of like grow up a little bit. And judging by the fact that I've been riding motorcycles since I was 18, I never grew up. So, nice frickin' road, folks. So what I'm going to talk about is my experience with a lot of my friends. Like when I was 18 and I got my motorcycle and went out and started riding, a lot of my friends didn't. And it was, you know, either because, you know, they were car guys, or they were not allowed to because their wives or girlfriends or parents wouldn't let them. And some of them just weren't bike people. Well, fast forward about 20 years, when a lot of my friends all of a sudden hit the, you know, the early to mid 40s, and all of a sudden, oh my flipping God, I never saw so many guys go absolutely crazy over motorcycles. And it was absolutely, you know, for someone who's been riding their whole life, it was funny. You know, having my friends telling me like, oh man, like, I got this ZX10 and it's like so I can do burnouts, and it's like Hayabusas and all this different stuff, and it was like just a, you know, like the enthusiasm they had for like, hey, I've got this bike and like the world is great. And you know, a lot of these guys, they started growing ponytails, and it was, you know, it was pretty funny. Like a couple of my friends who had bikes, we were having a great laugh about it. But you know, it was great. You know, the fact that you know, various friends were riding bikes, and it was like, hey, great, come on. Okay, I'm gonna run on a road here in a minute. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so anyways, you know, they were really big and heavy on the fact that they were doing the bike thing and thoroughly enjoying it. And of course, you know, like a lot of people, they went, like, in my opinion, they went heavily overboard. But you know, had you're talking about people who never got a motorcycle license, who and never had really ridden a motorcycle, and the first thing they go out and bought was like an R1 or a CBR 11 or a CBR 1000 or a ZX10 or Hayabusa, because those were the best, the badass bikes out there. And you had other guys who went out and bought themselves full decked out Harleys. One friend of mine, he bought himself a Harley. Then I swear he just went and bought every accessory he could possibly buy, and he was you know, matching helmets and whatnot for him and his wife. And by the time he was done, he was 60 grand into this bike. Now, a full decked out Harley was under 30, so you can imagine how much he blew. And you know, like the great thing was, these guys went out, they bought a lot of bikes. They you know, the bike industry had been kind of stagnant, and all of a sudden there was a big run, and you know, it helped out the industry. What it did do too, unfortunately, was screw the insurance part of motorcycling, because all of a sudden we had these people who were my age, who were riding, who were having accidents and driving the rate up for me, who had never had an accident. So the you know, that was the downside, and a very crappy downside of that. But you know, and unfortunately, like most midlife crises, they eventually go away, and I'm going to say probably 99% of the people that had the midlife motorcycle crisis, you know, sold them and moved on to something else. Now, you gotta remember, not everybody who had a midlife crisis went for bikes. I had one friend who, one friend who bought a ski boat and blew a fortune on it. Another one who's got heavily into snow machines like skidoos and Polaris's and whatnot. One guy became a pilot. Another guy went skydiving. Like, midlife crisis is their scuba diver too. Let's not forget about him. You know, everyone sort of has, you know, something in their mind they never had thought about, and they just decided to go for it. And you know, a lot of you guys who are young motorcyclists right now, you know, when I'm talking young, I'm going to say somebody who's in their 20s and 30s and whatnot. If you're still at it, because sometimes family and life gets in the way, and you can't, you know, you can't continue on, and sometimes you have to step away for a short period of time, or even a long period of time. But if you are still at it, and when you start sliding into the big 4-0, don't be surprised if you don't all of a sudden have some of your friends from school or neighbors all of a sudden start throwing out the ponytail, getting the hair dyed, you know, buying whatever the latest, probably in that time, the latest, hottest electric motorcycle would be, or nuclear powered motorcycle. And, you know, you go through the same experience. And just remember to, you know, smile politely, don't laugh in their face. Be supportive, and when they decide to give it up, you know, just sort of shrug your shoulders and say, I guess it wasn't to be. You know, and maybe you might get one or two new riding buddies to continue on riding with. Uh-oh, the police. Yeah. Oh, come on, bumps in the road. So, yeah, the midlife crisis is, it can be entertaining. It can also be tragic, but I'm just dealing with the motorcycle part of it.